Liz, you made my table laugh, and I'm pretty sure Ryan Seacrest started crying. And Kelly and I agreed that while everything you did is fantastic, the whole HGTV thing is not very helpful with the whole fine lines and wrinkles thing. It's really painful. Our next honoree, John David, is a lot like Will Rogers of the NAB. I mean, if you think about it, both were born in Oklahoma. Both are smart as a whip. Both wear suits well, but are much more comfortable in jeans, boots, and a plaid shirt. Both have a great sense of humor that's dry and always right on target. America loved and respected Will Rogers for a reason, and every broadcaster we know feels the same way about John. How lucky are we to count him among us today? After honing his skills in station programming and management in Oklahoma, Missouri, and Kansas, John joined the NAB. He provided the association with nearly 3 decades of outstanding leadership, including 20 years at the helm of the radio division. NAB President Gordon Smith calls John an ambassador without peer in the world of radio. Please welcome a favorite unifying voice in radio as a new giant of broadcasting, John David.
All good? Please be seated. Thank you very much, Juju Chang. I appreciate that introduction. In my script here it says, before you begin, wait for the audience applause to die down. So that seems to be working pretty good. Liz Burns, congratulations to you. You're over here. I want to thank you for mentioning what a great influence I've been on your career. I don't know, this was a pretty good lunch, but we had a problem over here at my table 5. We asked for some more butter, and there was a problem. The guy said, you only get the amount of butter that it's at your table. And I said, excuse me, I'm one of the giants. I'm going to be on stage here in a few minutes, and maybe you don't know who I am. A lot of people don't know, but is there any way we can get some more butter? And he said, you only get the amount of butter on the table. And I said, well, maybe you don't know who I am. I'm going on stage in a few minutes. And he said, maybe you don't know who I am. I'm the guy in charge of the damn butter. Joyce Tudrin saw me earlier today, and she said, welcome to New York. Are you a little bit nervous? And I said, yes, I am. I said, it's a pretty big deal for me to be on stage in New York City, and adrenaline's going pretty good, and I'm really kind of nervous about being on stage with so many luminaries and stuff and other giants. And she said, well, I thought that might be the case because you're in the ladies' restroom. On stage today, there are some outstanding names in the news business, as you know. And I am got a new late-breaking news development that maybe you haven't heard about. You know that Olympic skier Peekaboo Street out in Salt Lake City a few years ago? She got a job about 3 weeks ago at a hospital as a nurse in the intensive care unit. And everything was going great till she started answering the telephone. Peekaboo, ICU. Some of you will get that on the way home, and that's fine. Well, if I can be serious a little bit here, For a guy that started working as a shoe shine boy in a barber shop in southeast Oklahoma, this is a pretty big deal for me today. And I want to thank you very, very much. Radio station work got me through school at Oklahoma State University, and I had 17 great years as an owner and operator of radio stations in Missouri and Kansas, and most recently headed the radio division of the National Association of Broadcasters in Washington. I just want to share this personal recognition with my colleagues from the NAB that are here today with me, and all of the many broadcasters that I helped recruit to advance the mission of the NAB. I've personally witnessed so many broadcasters in radio and TV advance their careers and build successful companies by truly serving their audiences and their advertisers with quality programming, including some of the true giants that are being honored today. I truly understand that I'm not standing at this podium because of what I've done, but how we've successfully involved many, many broadcasters in this great business. Let me thank all of the broadcasters and associates in broadcasting under the leadership of Jenny Morris of Hubbard Radio for taking the time to ensure the history of our great business with the archives of the Library of American Broadcasting at the University of Maryland. I took a few hours and actually visited the archives at the Hornbeck Library on the campus about 2 weeks ago. When you get there, you see a poster of Will Ferrell in Anchorman and the legendary Arthur Godfrey. Lots of classic radios and classic tube television sets. When you see all that, you know you're on the third floor with all the files and files and files and files of broadcast history. There's a camera from WKPC TV in Louisville, an RCA 77DX microphone from WLW. Many of you in the room will know what an RCA 77DX microphone is. Well, when you get there, you know that you're in the right place, and when you see all that memorabilia. As their website says, this is the nation's most extensive collection of broadcast history, policy, and tradition, including historic documents, professional papers, oral and video histories, books, scripts, and photographs. The library partners with the University of Maryland Libraries to care for and provide access to the collection. You know, it would be very easy to say, let someone else take care of all of that. That board, many of whom are here today, deserves our thanks for preserving those valuable moments in history. Let's give them a round of applause. You saw them recognized today, and please thank them personally when you see them. So, what I'd like for you to do is salute with me and thank the broadcasters that don't sit in their offices and isolate themselves from participating in the future of radio and television. It's much easier to just not participate and not invest financially and just criticize your competition, the Congress, the Federal Communications Commission. But all of you here realize that it's much better to move forward and make ourselves better media pros and better citizens for our great country. I want to congratulate today's giants, and I appreciate this more than you'll ever know. I want you to be good to each other, and thank you very much. Again.